Welcome back. So I have a bunch of potatoes left over, and I figured I would use these and just make some latkes, or potato pancakes to my non-Jewish friends. So starting these off the same way we do with all pancake dishes, my least favorite activity on earth, peeling potatoes. Get those real nice and peeled. If they have brown, deep bruises in them, just chop them out. It just will make it easier overall, and then just keep on peeling. Once these are peeled, we're going to run them through the largest side of a box grater. You can use any side you want depending on the texture you're looking for, but I think these are completely fine with the largest size. You don't really taste big chunks this way, but they're not like mashed potatoes. They're a very nice held together consistency. Be careful of the fingers, obviously. Turn those potatoes side to side if it helps you keep the grip. And then you're left with two full, nice grated potatoes. To that, we're going to add half of one onion, but that's the potatoes alone there. The onion, I guess you cannot use if you're not really a fan of onion, but I think it adds a nice sweetness to the dish overall. But if you're not an onion fan, you could totally omit this. Run that through the same side of the box grater, the largest side. If you want to make it a little thinner too in the interior, you can use the thinner side for the onion. That's totally fine. The petals on the inside of the onion, the layers are going to break off, so just grab those as they do, take them out and rerun them. And then this would be better off with a thinner towel, but I didn't have it. But empty your contents onto anything that you can bunch up and squeeze, and we're going to try and squeeze out some of the moisture from these potatoes and the onions. This will just help with the frying and the overall consistency of them. And there's a lot of liquid in these potatoes. Once you're done with that, just empty that out, put the contents back into the bowl, and then we're going to add in some other ingredients here to help make these into a nice kind of pancake-like consistency. First up is going to be 1 egg. Follow that up with a good amount of salt. We're also going to hit these with salt at the end after they come out of the fryer. 2 good-sized tablespoons worth of flour, a little more if you're noticing it's too loose. I like to add in a nice little pinch here of cornstarch just to help in the frying process. And then we're going to mix that all up. You can use breadcrumbs also if you'd like instead of flour. Some people do it that way. If you want to make these for Passover, you could use matzah meal. I'm going to add a little panko in here either way. Just I like the consistency difference between the flour and the panko. But you could do all, either, neither, whichever you prefer. And then mix that all up. At that point, we're going to head over to a nice sized skillet. You're going to add a good amount of oil. You want to be able to cover about half of the pancakes so that way you can flip it and just get both sides nice and even. We're going to make a little ball out of these. I'm going to throw one little piece in the skillet here just to make sure that the oil's hot. It's not exactly where I want it, but that's hot enough that it won't stick. Throw that little ball in and then smush it down like you're making a smash burger. It should hold its consistency. And then you'll be able to flip these once one side gets a little cooked together. The first flip is the hardest because the other side is still soft and uncooked, but let these go for about 2 minutes. I like to flip them often. Some people will let them go fully on one side, fully on the other side, and be done. I don't really like that method. I'm going to flip these often to keep checking. At this point, I'm going to pull them up off the bottom. That one's stuck a little bit. Splash oil all over yourself. You can tell one browned a little better than the other one did, but that's why I like to keep flipping these so you can kind of check, move them to the hotter spots of your pan, and just keep moving them back and forth until you get the desired brown you're looking for, which is very nice and very golden brown. These here are getting very close to being done, probably another 2 or 3 minutes, and these are done. They take about 8 minutes total to cook. That side is looking beautiful. If there are kind of divots like that, they may have, some uncooked areas. That's totally fine. You could baste it in the oil then if you want as well. But these are looking beautiful. I'm going to give them one little flip around just to make sure that both sides are nice and perfect. Let them sit for another minute on that other side. And then now these are good to pull out. I'm going to take them out. I'm going to throw them onto a piece of paper towel just to absorb some extra oil. And then hit them with salt while you're doing that. Cook the other 2. Those 2 large potatoes that I did, well, they were probably medium sized. They made 4 pancakes each. These last 2 are a little larger, but basically each pancake latke is about 1 potato or half a potato. And here's the final results. They're beautiful. They're golden brown. They're not too dense, but they're dense enough. They're not like an airy, light dish. They're a pancake made of potato. Dip it in some applesauce. You could also use sour cream if that's your thing. These are absolutely delicious. The onion is nice. The salt is perfect. The applesauce gives it a little sweetness at the end. Make these if you've never had them. Absolutely delicious way to use up any potatoes you have in your house. Let me know what you guys think.